What's up, what's up, what's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a beautifully phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for joining me for a moment, Becky's House of Cards. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below. Set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And with that being said, today we are going down the rabbit hole with a pick a card reading on what is blocking my true potential. So again, this was just an idea that was brought up to me by my guide, so we're just going to go ahead and go with it. So I'm going to do 3 piles, and yeah, I don't want this to be too long. I'm going to try and make it short and sweet so that way you guys can get to working on those blockages and get back to creating with your true potential. So, Source, what messages do you have for the collective? Pick a pile. 1, 2, and 3. What is blocking their true potential? What is blocking the collective from finding their true potential? Piles 1, 2, and 3. How can we help them reconnect with their true potential so that they can create the way that they're meant to? What is blocking them from their potential, Source? Piles 1, 2, and 3. What is blocking the collective from their potential? Piles 1, 2, and 3. How can they get back into creating the way that they're meant to create? Piles 1, 2, and 3. How can we help out the collective? What's blocking their potential? Piles 1, 2, and 3. Alright. Let's see what we got going on here. Pile number 1. What's blocking their potential, Source? How can we help them along their journey? Oh, okay, thank you. Okay. Pile number 2. What's blocking their true potential? Okay. And pile number 3, what's blocking them from having their true potential? What is their blockage for their true potential? Okay, thank you. Okay. Pile number 1, what's blocking them from their true potential? Thank you. Pile number 2, what's blocking them from their true potential? Thank you, Source. Pile number 2 or 3, what is blocking them from their potential, their true potential? What is blocking pile number 3 from their true potential, Source? What is blocking pile number 3 from their true potential? How can we help them out? Blocking pile number 3 from their true potential. Thank you, Source. Okay, what's blocking pile number 1 from their true potential? Okay, thank you. Blocking pile number 2 from their true potential. Thank you. And what's blocking pile number 3 from their true potential? Thank you. Okay, so let's see, what do I want to do here? Wasn't prepared, guys. I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Okay, so for pile number 1, we've got the Magician. Pile number 2, we have the Popes. And pile number 3, we have the Empress. Alright, so for those of you that chose the Magician, let me get this to, there we go. Okay, what's blocking you from your true potential? Okay, we have the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, we have the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Queen of Wands in the upright. Okay. May I please have a clarifying card for this 10 of Wands in reverse for pile number 1, blocking their true potential? Okay, that one wants to come out, and this will be for the 8 of coins. And on the bottom, we have the 7 of Wands in the reverse. A lot of confusion going on right now. I feel like internally you're worried about what it is that you're meant to do. Yeah, okay, so we have the the Page of Cups clarifying the 10 of Wands in the reverse, and the Magician coming out clarifying the 8 of coins in the reverse. Okay. Interesting that you would get the Magician. So there's somebody that offered you love, okay? Like there's somebody that's offered you love, and I feel like you wanted to manifest love, but the problem is that right now you are worried about your path. You are concerned about your path. And this love, this shallow love, you know it's immature love. You know it's not sound love. You know it's got a lot of work that goes into it. What's happening is that you feel really weighed down by it, really. It's making you feel like there's going to be a lot of responsibility when it comes to this love. Like there's going to be a lot of responsibility when it comes to satisfying this person, and that takes away from you creating. And so you don't want to put the work in. You don't, like, it's not even about being lazy about it. It's just like you don't want to manifest a lot of work. Like that's why the Magician's coming out clarifying this 8 of Pentacles, or this 8 of coins here. Like you don't want to manifest having to put a lot of work into something that you know isn't already developed in a way. So it's like mature love. Like you're looking more for like a King of Cups, right? Coming in and offering you somebody that's stable in their love, somebody that's stable in the way that they see things. And you want to build a happy family with somebody that has a energy of maturity towards them. And so right now what's blocking you from your true potential is the fact that you are thinking a lot. Like it's odd, there's no air cards here, but this does give Gemini and Aries energy here. So it's like taking action towards thinking way too much about this situation. Like it's like you're just confused. You're just like, really, is this all I get? Is this what I'm going to get offered? And it's like what's blocking you is that you can't make a decision right now and letting it go and stepping up into this Queen of Wands energy, which is just like setting boundaries and not being afraid to enforce those boundaries. Right? If this is truly who you want in your life, rather than feeling weighed down by it, let this person know, like, look, I work 6 days a week, or I work 8 days a week, and I rarely ever have time, and I want to make time for you, but I don't have time to go through all these antics. Can we just maybe build a friendship instead of building a relationship first? You know, this person will let you know if that's okay or if it's not. And if it's okay, then go ahead with it. If it's not, then don't. But at least that'll give you sound mind so that you can unlock your true potential and move towards what it is that you want. But see, the problem is that you keep manifesting difficulties because you think way too much about it. You think way too much about the situations, the coulda, woulda, shouldas. And so there's a lot of confusion, and you don't want to move forward with that. And the reason being is because there's a lot of subconscious things that are coming to the surface right now. Well, what about the past? What about when this happened? What about when that happened? What about when, you know, so-and-so cheated on me? What about when so-and-so hurt me? What about when my heart was broken? And you don't want to deal with all this because this feels like it's taking away from your work, and you don't want to put effort towards this. But what you're missing, pile 1, is that the only way for you to heal this is to put the work into it so that you can actually open up your path of purpose. So this is blocking your true potential, just a lack of wanting to put the effort into it because you're just more concerned about other things, material things. Also, you're more concerned about sexually being involved with somebody. But look, you're this like to let go of this. Maybe you just have to let it go. Maybe you just need to tell him, look, I'm not interested at this time. Maybe later on down the line, if you're still available, we'll check it out. But you're concerned so much about the weight of the world on your shoulders and taking care of another person, you can't even make a decision because you're too busy like picturing your life with this person rather than just letting things play out. And I don't think you're concerned too much about money. What you're concerned about is somebody weighing so much on you that you become the caretaker in the situation, and you don't want to do that. And so this is like a woulda, coulda, shoulda situation that's really keeping you from your true potential. Somebody offering you immature love. You're like, really? You can't step up to my level? Like you're in a higher vibrational level. You're at the magician level here. You know all the tricks of the trade. And you know that this is just kind of like bullshit love. You're like, really? It's like this person doesn't want to share their feelings with you. They don't want to share anything. Like they keeping their emotions clouded from you. They're thinking about the past too. They're afraid to open up their emotions. But even if they did open up their emotions, they are not advanced enough to offer you. You're in queen energy. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You're in queen energy. You're in a manifestation energy. And they're not. Like they're in page energy. This is like you would be dealing with a child. And that's why I think you think about all the time. It's like, I have to take care of a child. I'm not taking care of a child here. And this may be a child. And you may feel like the child's holding you back from your potential. But if this is a responsibility that you have currently that you need to deal with, you just need to know that they're a reason to fuel you going into your potential. Yes, you may have to make sacrifices. Yes, you may have to give up some things, but that's okay. Yes, I understand it's a responsibility, but I really feel like this is a love offer here. It's like you want love. You've been asking to manifest love, but look, you're also looking at this and you're like, geez, did I just manifest something difficult in my life? Like, what kind of shit is that? So what's blocking you from your true potential? It's really you. It's you. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the truth for all of us. We're the ones that are blocking it. But the reason that you're blocking yourself from your true potential is because you get caught in the dualities. The thinking about the dualities of a situation. Well, it could go this way, it could go that way, it could go this way, it could go that way. But then you think about, then you've thought about 100 situations of how bad it can go. You thought about 100 situations about how good it goes. And then you have a spin-off tale on all of those. It's like the sequel to the prequel to the next quill, whatever it is, right? Like you get so caught in your mindset and you're afraid to look, like here's the deal. You're afraid to look at your emotions. You're afraid to look at your thought patterns because your own concern is taking action towards building a stable foundation for you in your life. That's your only concern, building a stable foundation for your life. And it's like all the other stuff that's involved, well, that can just come second. And Source is telling you it's time for you to really look at your own actions and it's time for you to look at your own thought patterns because the reason that you may feel weighed down with anybody who offers you love, you may look at anybody who offers you love as somebody who's not up to your level. And that might not necessarily be true. But in this, you just feel weighed down by not wanting to do the work. You want love, but you don't want to put in the work. And I'm so sorry to say this, pile one, but all love takes work. Like there's no, oh, you know, it's just going to fall into my lap. Oh, it's just going to be here. And it's like, I think that scares the shit out of you. Because you're just afraid it's going to take away from you manifesting money. What if this love is what's going to help you manifest money? What if this love is going to help you find your true potential? See, but you don't want to think about it that way. You want to think about it in terms of old belief systems where it's like the white picket fence. Like I really see that right now. A white picket fence with a dog in the yard, 2 kids in the backyard. Honey, I go to work. Well, honey, you stay at home type thing, you know? And this is like asking you, Source is telling you, it's like what's blocking your potential is not thinking large enough. You're stuck in your root chakra and you can't open your heart because you're stuck in your root chakra, not feeling like you belong. You don't feel like you belong, and so it's hard to find anybody who belongs with you because you don't feel like you actually belong in this world. A cut above the rest. I just heard that. Yeah, you may be a cut above the rest, but looking at things that way is selfish. There's way too many cards. Looking at things like I'm a cut above the rest and no one can meet me on my level. Like that just creates a lot of internal conflict. Look at this. Consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. Yeah, that makes so much sense coming out here on the bottom. 50, the 50 card 5, which is change. Right? Like, it's just interesting because it's like you have a solid foundation already and you don't want anybody to rock that foundation. And so you want somebody to come in and like the two of you meet and you're perfect. And so this is keeping you from your true potential. Like, there's a love opportunity out there for you, pile one. But you're afraid. And I feel like the reason you're afraid is because you've been taken advantage of in the past. Look, the fog veiled. Yeah. Oh, this card coming out is so funny because it's like you are so unclear about what's being offered here. You're so unclear about what's going on. And you're like, well, I don't want to get mixed up in something that's not worthy of my time. But see, that's what Source is saying. It's like when you put down all the what ifs, when you put down all the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, when you just let it be, what do you feel? Not what do you think. This is what do you feel. That's when the fog is going to lift. There's going to be some sense of sunshine that's brought out in this, and it clears away the clouds, and you're going to be like, oh, wow, I never saw it like that. Because you think you're cut above the rest, right? You see yourself as the magician, but you're seeing a Knight of Cups coming, or excuse me, I keep saying a Knight of Cups, a Page of Cups coming in. You see a page, somebody that's childish, that doesn't understand what love is. Well, the thing is, though, is how do you know if this person doesn't know what love is if you've never even talked to them? And I know this is about your potential, but this is the way the cards played out. It's like this has to do with your potential. It's opening your heart chakra and getting away from trying to be so grounded in the world. It's like, yes, part of living here is to have our 2 feet on the ground and our head in the clouds. Like, part of that is living. Part of that is being human. But your only action is to ground into this world. And so that means that you're very sexual being. That means that you're very sexually charged. And it means that you don't think anybody can meet you on that level. And you get bored really easily. And that's what Source is saying. Finish what you started. Like, if you're just going to walk away from things, that's keeping you from your true potential because you don't want to put in the work. The 8 of Coins in the reverse is saying, I don't want to do what's necessary to get what I want. Like, you just rather keep building yourself into the ground. And this is not stable. It's like, think about an upside down tree. You know, you can't plant a tree upside down. How would the roots grow? Because roots don't need air. Leaves need air. Roots need soil. And you don't want to plant any seeds with this, but you're holding a seed in your hand. You're holding a coin in your hand. Coins are seeds, right? It's like you're holding the seed in your hand, but you're afraid to plant it because you're afraid of what might grow. Because you think that what's going to grow is a lot of responsibility and somebody that's just going to be a third wheel to you and your business, to you and your money, to you and your grounding. And on top of that, it's somebody that you feel like is never going to meet you on your level. You don't see them as anything but a child. How do you know? Wow. Number 9, release. This is Jaguar, releasing your fears. Releasing your fears when it comes to this situation. Allowing yourself to take action towards something that might be scary. Because maybe this person is the Queen of Wands too. But you're so busy looking on the outside, just seeing the surface level things, and that's what's holding you back from your true potential, is just seeing what you want to see. Seeing what you want to see and not seeing the depth of the situation. Practice compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. Shine some light on the subject. Look, the fog and then compassion. I feel like this is the one that I need to read. Oh, this card came out. Oh my gosh, I didn't know there was 2 until I pulled that. Wow, pile one. I can't make this up. This is the number 30 card. True love. This love is once in a lifetime. Maybe you have already mastered all the material things, all the mental things. But what you have not mastered is the emotional. It's like I said, you want love, but you're looking at this. You've put a judgment on this person. Okay, this is you putting a judgment on this person. This is not who this person is. I feel like, again, you're the Queen of Wands, but I feel like they too are the Queen of Wands, and you are too busy putting judgment on this person that you're not seeing them for who they are. This love is once in a lifetime. It had to come out. After a whole stack flew out, and then those two cards come out together. Like, absolutely ridiculous. 3, your angels are with you. 9 is about completing this cycle. This is releasing your fear. Look, and this is all emotional too. You have cats, which are connected with the goddess Bastet, right? I know it's a jaguar, but the thing is a cat. It's a feline connected with goddess Bastet, which is connected with your sacral chakra, which is your emotional. That's your emotional chakra. That's what you're disconnected from, your sacral chakra. See things from a fresh perspective. Everyone benefits when we try to look at things from someone else's viewpoint. Walking in someone else's shoes can bring us to a tender understanding that may change how we feel now. Love and compassion always bring positive outcomes. There are so many worthy ways to practice compassion. If you feel inclined or are looking for inspiration, read up about individuals who dedicate their lives to compassionate works. There are so many biographies of great philanthropists such as Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, Tenzin Gyatso, and the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet. Pay attention and give support and love where needed. It says someone is reaching out to you. Someone is reaching out to you. And you think it's immature. You think it's childish love. Like, I get this sense you're like, we're not in high school anymore. That's what I heard. We're not in high school anymore. It's like a sense of they never left high school. They really think this is hippy dippy, like, oh, everything's gonna work out in your favor, like the music and the unicorns and the sea and the flowers and the baby and the family and everything. But Source is like, look, y'all, this is something that you asked for. You manifested this person, but you're going to lose this person if you don't release your fear in not wanting to put work into this, because they are once in a lifetime love. They are. And you don't, like, it's interesting because the energy that's coming through, it's just that. It's like, I can't even say that they're immature because I'm not getting that at all. In fact, I think you don't even know the depths of this person, and Source doesn't even want to show you the depths of this person, because what's the point of showing you the depths of this person if you just keep blocking yourself from it, and that's blocking you from your true potential? Did you ever think that your true potential is to stand next to somebody and you both change the world? Like, that is a very real true potential. And you're scared, and I understand that, but your fear is causing you to, like, miss out on an opportunity that could bring you up into your fullest potential, because there's a lot of work. Yes, of course there's a lot of work. No relationship is just going to drop into your lap without any work. Like, that, to even think that is just, that's closed-minded. That's closed-minded. You are dealing with another person, and another person means that there has to be work that's involved. So this person that you're dealing with could be a Sagittarius, a Virgo, an Aries, could be a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. We have Leo energy here. That's you, though. I feel like you might be a Leo. You might be any one of those. But you don't have to be. But it's like you're not having faith in this. You're not having faith that this is happening. You're not having faith that this is worthy of your time. You're blocking yourself from it. You don't want to transform. So your true potential is connected to the connection that you have in your life. This could be a soulmate where the two of you guys create a life that others envy. And it's not to be that person that, oh yeah, finally people are envying me. No, it's like saying that this is something that People envy because they wish they had what you could have with this person. And you're misinterpreting their kindness. You're misinterpreting their love. You think they're gullible. You think they're gullible and unworthy of you, and that's like so far from the truth. So what's blocking your true potential? It really has to do with the way you see things. Can you change your perspective? Can you allow yourself to open up to the possibility that everything is working out in the highest good? Okay, this is what I have for you, pile number 1. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. With that being said, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again, peace out. I love y'all. Bye. Excuse me, I needed a drink. So for those of you that chose the Popes, what's holding you back from your true potential? First one was really weird. So, okay. We've got the Hangman. The 9 of Swords in the reverse. And the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Yeah, please have a clarifying card for this 9 of Swords in the reverse, source. Clarifying card for this 9 of Swords. Whoa, okay. Hold on just a second, guys. I gotta pause the video. Alright, so I had 2 cards fly out. I didn't realize there was 2 cards flew out, but this one flipped over, so I'm gonna take that for the 9. We have the Lovers in reverse, and then we have the 4 of Wands in the upright. And we have the 6 of Wands on the bottom. A lot of stuck in your head. Not believing you're good enough. So it's interesting because usually in the reverse, this Lovers, it talks about promiscuity and third-party situations, okay? Here's the deal. In this, it's not. Like, this is interesting because I feel like you have come to a stalemate position in your life, wondering if it's like you believe in the life of luxury. This is like wealth, but not wealth as in money. This is like true wealth, inner wealth, knowledge, love, fulfillment kind of wealth. And you believe in that. And you really spend a lot of time seeing that. And you spend a lot of time daydreaming about that. But you're in a good place. Like, you see yourself as a really sound person. You see yourself as a person who is capable of doing this. But you mentally have a hard time believing that it's going to come through. Like, you're very anxious about it. You're very concerned that things are going to fall through because you feel like spiritually you're not strong enough to do it. Right? So when the Lovers is in the upright, it talks about spiritual connection. It talks about knowing your higher self. It talks about being able to connect with the divine on a grander level. I know that seems odd for the Lovers card, but really in my deck, that's what it talks about. It talks about spiritual connection. Not just falling in love with a person. There's something else. Because love is much higher than what everybody knows it to be. And that's the thing. It's like you're very anxious about this and you feel like you're not going to succeed. You really feel lost to the situation. You feel like everything is going to just fall apart at the worst possible time. Right? At the worst you're like, really? Yeah, of course it had to happen. It's like you're almost waiting for things to happen this way. And the reason being is because you're not paying attention to the details that involve your spirituality. So that could be signs. That could be signs that are coming through. That could be things that are talking to you. It could be that you need to give up things that aren't serving you. You know, maybe you're watching too much TV, or it's not even watching too much TV. The TV that you're watching is not serving your highest good, right? You could be watching a lot of drama. You could be watching a lot of gore. You could be, and this could be the only thing that you like, and I get that, but understanding how that truly impacts our journey as well, right? It puts you in this mentality of, even though you see yourself as capable of doing this and you know you're going to, there's still this underlying, this is your subconscious coming through. What's blocking you is that you have to take some time and quiet this in your mind. It's like taking too much action and not enough time in silence. Right? So with this 4 of Wands here, it's like saying you need to shore up whatever it is that's causing chaos in your life. You need to close those circuits. And I know it's hard giving up the things that you like, but is it worth it to have the life that you dream of? You dream of having a life of luxury. Yes, you might dream of having a fancy house and a fancy car, but really there's this sense that your life is just fulfillment, being fulfilled on every kind of level there is. And you take action towards that every day. Like, you really do take action towards that every day, but you're afraid. You're afraid that things aren't going to work out for you. Like, look at this. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Six of Pentacles, or the Six of Coins here. This is in the upright, the reverse. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune here. I wasn't going to pull this many cards, but they want me to. So if I really put it, it would be this way. There we go. Okay. Look, your fortune is turning. There we go. I got you. Yeah, so Source is saying, like, your fortune is turning. This is talking about, again, the life of luxury. This two luxurious cards here, right? Balance, harmony, hope, peace within each other. But here's you in the center just being afraid. Again, with the Swords cards here, it's like being afraid. This is all air energy here. You have Gemini, 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 and Libra. Okay, like this is all air energy coming in. It's like being mentally stuck in a position where you're not able to take action towards building the foundation that you want. Look, even Justice coming out in the reverse. Libra energy here. Bigoted ideas. It's like you would tell everybody to, like, a butterfly just flew by the window. It's like you would tell everybody else to believe in themselves, but you wouldn't believe in it yourself, right? So it's like this energy is do as I say, not as I do. And Source is telling you to stop being like that and start doing. Start believing that you are worthy of the life that you're asking for. But you have to start by cutting out simple things, whether that's music, movies, whatever it is. This is something that's feeding the subconscious, making your subconscious compartmentalize these things from childhood. These things where somebody maybe told you once that you weren't good enough to have what you wanted. Where the people were telling you that you weren't good enough to have the life that you wanted. Or you dreamt so big that people said you were crazy. But you think highly of yourself. Like, you see yourself in a good light. Like, that's what's interesting here. And it's like Source is saying your fortune is about to turn. Like, you're about to get, again, a white butterfly right here by the window. You're about to get everything that you want. But your mindset, it's like no matter how much you see yourself in a good light and you love yourself and you care about yourself, mentally you just think that things are going to go bad at the worst possible time. And that's what, this has to be closed. Like this, you have to realize that the bad is over with. Okay, the bad is over with. There's no longer fighting the bad. It's like you've done all the work. You've done what's necessary. So what's keeping you from your true potential is whatever you keep feeding your subconscious. Finding peace, finding harmony, finding balance. There's a lot of anxiety that's coming, but I don't think it's your anxiety. I feel like it's something that's being induced into your system. Okay, it's like something from the outside looking in. And it's just that devil energy, okay? Like, yes, it is. It's that devil energy coming through saying that somehow, some way, it's going to keep you from your path. But you're already, like, that's the thing. You're already on your path of purpose. And you're just afraid that you can't, you're scared. That's what was coming out. You're scared. You're scared. Again, it wants to come out. I guess that's it. You're just scared. Okay, you're scared. Like, you're scared that things are just going to go south. Wow, what did I say? Balance and harmony. And we've got music coming out. Harmony. Yeah, they want, and look, vulnerability on the bottom. And then effortless underneath that. This makes so much sense. This really hits home. Music is important to you, okay? What you listen to impacts your mind. It impacts your subconscious. and you've worked so hard to look at yourself in a place of balance from the eyes of the divine. It's like whatever it is that you're feeding yourself is continuing to feed this uncertainty. And this is going, it's like testing your faith. Okay? So can you be vulnerable and let go of even the things that you like and allow yourself to look at this huge field that's just so peaceful, right? Look at this. It's just so peaceful. It's open. That's what vulnerability is being open. Just saying, you know what? You know, you're right. I really, as much as I think I like those things, I know that they make me feel bad. Maybe you watch a lot of horror movies. Like, this is just an example, okay? And I can use my own personal example. I used to watch horror movies all the time because I thought that I liked them. When I took the spiritual journey, I realized that I was doing it to feed an egotistical side of myself, okay? And then when I stopped watching them, and I stopped watching them for a long time, all that gore, all that craziness, all that just that anxiety that comes with it, right? And then I would go back and watch it again, and I would feel that in my soul, like, this is not for me. That's a vulnerability, being able to admit that I just don't like that. I'm not here to try and impress anybody. I don't like that. I like Disney movies, okay? I really do. I like cartoons. I like kids movies. I like movies and shows that have a moral at the end of the story. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I like watching VeggieTales. Y'all can laugh your ass off at me. It's cool, but they have a good story to them. Yeah, they might be biblical and all, and that's cool, but doesn't the Bible have tons of morals in it? Like, there's a moral at the end of the story, and that impacts us at a personal level because it's like doing good and doing the right thing no matter what the situation is. Whereas horror movies and gore movies and drama movies and all this other stuff, it's just about creating a lot of anxiety in your life. Okay, this is an example here for you guys that I feel like I need to tell you. So you need to bring back harmony into your life by changing the music. Maybe you just listen to frequencies for a while, or you listen to uplifting music for a while. And let yourself be vulnerable. If you fall in love with it, don't feel bad that you've fallen in love with it. If you fall in love with, say, this is weird, it came out in another reading, but Christian rock, okay? I don't listen to Christian rock. I really don't. So I don't know where this is coming from. But, like, this is just one of those things that, you know, a lot of people make fun of others who listen to Christian music, and I don't understand why. It's like, it's uplifting and it makes you feel good. Why are you going to make fun of somebody because it's not rock, it's not rap, it's not heavy metal, it's not just angry music? That's being vulnerable, admitting to yourself that, hey, you know what? It made me feel vulnerable to admit to myself that I didn't like all those gory movies. I just like to watch cartoons. And I don't even like adult cartoons. I don't like adult cartoons. I like kids' cartoons, okay? Like, I like to watch kid shit. I do. And so, again, that's a vulnerability. And so they want you to find that harmony by allowing yourself to be vulnerable so that you can effortlessly fall into your purpose, into your potential. Because your potential is that you're a sweet, kind-hearted person. You come from the heart. You speak truth from your heart. You speak honesty. And you like an honest person. You don't like when people lie to you, and yet you'll watch things or you'll put things into your mind where people are being dishonest, where people are being shady, or like paranoia came out too. So there's like a sense of paranoia that's coming through, and it's like there's this energy that you're building on something that has gone away. And it's like coming back again, but it hasn't all completely gone away. Look, leadership on the bottom. Yeah, you're going to lead the masses, right? Your potential is that you're going to be a leader. You're going to help people change the way they see the world. Look, strategy number 3. Yeah, so maybe you don't have to cut it all out all at once, like cold turkey. You don't have to be like that, but you know, like maybe you watch a drama show every night when you get home from work. So maybe 2 nights a week you cut out the drama show and you spend that time working on yourself. Like, that's a strategy, right? And then who knows, maybe after a month you'll be like, you know what? I can just put this down to watching it 1 episode every Saturday. And I'll be fine with that. It's not like I'm missing anything. And then all those nights that you come home from work, you're really more concerned about being the leader in your life and working on your life. Right? This is about observing your actions. What actions are making you feel good and what actions are making you feel sluggish? It's in this observation that you'll begin to open up your third eye, even more so than I feel like you guys are very spiritual. The sense that I get from this pile is you guys are very ascended. You guys have done a lot of work. You guys have worked very hard on this position that you're in currently. And Source wants you to know that you're so close. You're on the edge of this sword from falling one way or the other. Observe your actions. Become the person who cares about you. Do you feel good when you watch this? Yes. Okay, then that's something you can add to your watching regimen. Do you feel bad when you watch this? Yes. Okay, then maybe we need to cut that out. I still fight with this myself. I still fight with it myself. But look, it's like, they're like, you're about to come up into a money place. But your mindset, you really don't believe that you're worthy of it. And that's because of some of the things that you're feeding yourself. And a lot of movies and TVs and music, they really don't paint life in a good way. They don't. They paint life as in this, everything's going to fall apart. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. You guys, I have to show you this before I flip this card over. Look, new love was on the bottom. The number 8, abundance. It says embrace an opportunity for love in your work, prospects, or for spiritual growth. Look, when you change this, you just have to change a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're going to fall back in love with everything that you've done. And then under that, number 13, miracles and blessings. Everything has its gifts. Yeah, so don't beat yourself up for having this. Okay, don't beat yourself up for it, because this is just a lesson. This is a mental lesson. It's a lesson in reminding you that you control you. And look at how similar these two look. This is you. This is you reaching for the stars. This is you letting go of what's no longer serving you. Those memories and those leaves, they're falling down to the ground because you realize that they're not who you are. They're just something that's happened in your life. Realizing that the situation is not who you are. It's just something that's happened, and that's okay because you're human. Have patience with yourself, right? Love is patient and kind always. Have patience with yourself, the lotus flower, to unfold, because like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving, and that includes to being yourself. I love you. These are powerful words. Okay? I don't know why I need to show you guys these, but I feel like I need to. I feel like you just need to be reassured that you're a beautiful person, and it's okay to be different from the crowds. Like, it's all by design. They made drama. They made all this stuff because it's all by design. And then this is so telling. 32. Relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. This is something you grew up with. Maybe you grew up watching this your whole life. Maybe you grew up watching, dramas, or you grew up watching horror movies. A lot of people are like that. A lot of families are like that. They watch all these movies together, and it's like nobody ever wanted to watch what you wanted to watch because everybody thought it was childish, or they're like, no, that's gooby and whatever, and chick flicky, and they didn't like that, and that's hard on you as a child because you feel like your voice and what you like doesn't matter. And so it's like it created a pattern that caused a relationship pattern, which is the relationship with yourself, and saying you're not listening to yourself, you're more so listening to the throws and the movement of others. It says, consider the patterns that drive you to attract certain people into your life and situations, okay? You may find the next person you meet has similar qualities to your last partner. This is what you are energetically attracting. Once you learn the lesson, you'll be able to attract healthier outcomes. Okay, let me read that again. Once you learn the lesson, you will be able to attract healthier outcomes, okay? You have a mindset that's not very healthy, and in changing this, you're going to see that this is yours. It's been yours all along. It may be helpful to share the disappointment or pain from the past, whether from your current relationship or another period in your life. Be honest with yourself and address situations as they happen. Acknowledge that you can no longer stifle your feelings. Know your strengths and your triggers. See your past relationships as opportunities to grow and figure out what makes you happy. You have a better chance at a lasting relationship when you have self-awareness. Avoid idolizing past relationships as they can hold influence over future outcomes. Love will not magically make you feel worthy or happy unless you achieve those values for yourself. Exactly. So, you know what? Maybe when you were a kid, you didn't have the opportunity to have a voice, but now you do. You know, it's funny because I had to do that. I grew up in a family that watched dramas, cop shows all the time. And gosh, when I was young, when I became a teenager, I was so paranoid about everything and I could never figure it out. Well, when I finally went on the spiritual journey, I realized I was paranoid because of all those cop shows. It makes you paranoid, like, because that's, everybody's paranoid. They have to be. That's like the instinct of the cop, is to be paranoid about everybody's bad, right? And so when I honored that and I realized I didn't like that, so then I went to watching adult cartoons and I was like, oh, you know, I like adult cartoons. Like, that's cool. They're funny, they're hilarious, but they still made me feel a certain kind of way. And so I was like, well, I loved Disney when I was growing up. Let me go watch some Disney movies. And so I started watching Disney movies and I realized that that's what I liked. I liked kids' cartoons because they always, there's a situation that arises. There's a planning to overcome that situation. There might be a little trouble that they run into, but by the end of the movie, they've overcome it. And not only have they overcome it, they've learned a valuable lesson in the process. And that is powerful in itself. And that's why I like those cartoon movies, is because there's that lesson. There's that, it's like teaching you. And I don't care how old you get as an adult, you can still always learn a new lesson. You know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And then all of a sudden in my mind, I was thinking about, can't keep a good dog down. No, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, you can't keep a good dog down. From All Dogs Go to Heaven. Yeah, so I feel like that's you right now. It's like you're a good dog and you can't keep a good dog down. And people have tried, because it's like they've tried to convince you that what you like, the things that you like, are just babyish or childish. And it's always made you feel a certain way about yourself. And it's like honoring the fact that, you know what? I don't give a damn. Because the stuff that you watch makes me feel like crap. And maybe saying that out loud to somebody is gonna help you, because that's how I felt when I told my dad. I was like, you know, Dad, that's all you watch are cop shows. And I love my dad. I love my dad to death. But I was like, I don't want to watch them with you. And so we don't. Like, you've got the soul on the bottom, butterfly. Yeah, this has to do with your soul purpose. So what's holding you back is just that thought process that you do stand out from other people. And that you feed your mind certain things because you think you have to, because you think that that's what is going to make you fit in. You're not meant to fit in, okay? You're just not meant to fit in, pile 2, and that's okay. Think about what you're feeding your mindset. Think about what you're feeding your soul, your subconscious. All of that matters. Everything you put in matters, okay? This is what I have for you. I hope this helps. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. With that being said, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again, mwah, peace out. I love y'all. Bye. Okay, so for those of you that chose the Empress, number 3, I'm so thirsty. This is what's blocking you from your true potential. Okay, the Strength in reverse. All right. We have the Page of Wands in the upright, and we have the Hermit. Get some clarifying cards. May I please have a clarifying card for the Strength in reverse, source? May I please have a clarifying card? One card, please. Thank you. Okay. And then may I also have a clarifying card for this Page of Wands? Clarifying card for the Page of Wands. All right, thank you. Wow, you're exhausted. We have the 10 of Swords in the reverse on the bottom. You're emotionally beat and spent, and you're just tired of the things that are happening. Can I just stop the video right now? This happens all the time in my readings, and it doesn't matter. I've had this happen so many times. I can't even count how many times this has happened. And every time it happens, I still react like this because, oh my gosh. Yeah. Because it's like source, like there was no clarifier to this. This is it. Strength, clarifying strength in the reverse. You're repressing. Okay, and I'm going to say this right off the bat. Pile 3, trigger alert. Okay, because there's some really heavy energy coming in here. So for some of you, you guys are repressing a molestation. And it is coming through very, very heavy. It's very, very absurd right now, okay? Somebody came into your life that was an adult when you were a child. And you were okay. You were happy. You didn't know what you wanted in life, but that was okay. It didn't matter. And they poured all their emotional bullshit on you. They put it on you and they expected you to carry them. And you repressed that. And you've been repressing that for a long time. And so for you to come onto this video, just understanding that with the Hermit here, this in the upright, it's saying that now you're ready to hear this. You're ready to do the work. You're ready to look into this. Not only look into it, but to release it. You're ready to release this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Pile 3. The hurt and the pain that you're experiencing, the hurt and the pain that you experience when it comes to relationships, when it comes to situations, when it comes to yourself, you really don't think highly of yourself. You may tell people that you care about yourself a lot, but at the end of the day, you go home and you have a hard time looking yourself in the mirror because this has created a sense of imbalance with your action versus your emotions. So when your emotions become too high, you have a hard time taking action. And then when you do take action and your emotions come into play, it makes you stop. And so what's keeping you from your true potential is just continuing to repress this memory. Okay, and for some of you, it might not have been a molestation, but it had to do with somebody who is emotionally unstable, making you become the carry-all. You were their dumping truck. This is a child and a man. Okay, when you look at these, let me move these out. This is a child and a man. Okay, this is a childhood memory. You've turned your back on the strength in reverse. The strength in reverse is saying there's a repression from the past. Okay, there's something that's very heavy from the past that's coming through that's affecting you mentally, emotionally. It affects you in the way that you see yourself. It says that you really have a self-loathing. And you don't want to see the truth in the situation because seeing the truth in the situation might make the demon come out and control you. But what you're not seeing is that the demon's already controlling you by turning your back to what has happened. Okay? What has happened? Well, you're turning your back on that. This is showing that when you were young, you turned your back on that. You were a young child when this happened. Okay? Somebody who is emotionally unstable came into your life. No matter what. But this was somebody who knew better. This was somebody who could have realized that you were a child not capable of carrying this burden. But at the end of the day, their own emotions got the best of them and they selfishly put this on you. And yes, I am going to say selfishly. Subconsciously, sure. But it's still selfish because they couldn't handle their own burdens. They couldn't handle their own emotional mishap. And so what ends up happening is that they say, you know what? Here's this child who's like a fresh sponge. Let me pour that on them because I'm jealous that they're unharmed. And it's sad. It really is sad. But again, you have to come back to this and understand that there's a possibility that this person dealt with the exact same thing. In fact, the likelihood of them having to have gone through the exact same thing that you went through, that they put you through, is almost 100%. And it's source saying what's blocking you is that you are unforgiving of the situation and unforgiving of the person. And in being unforgiving of this entire situation, you've blocked it from your mind. And therefore, it's put a block on your heart. And it's put a block on the fact that you have a hard time connecting with people emotionally. But sexually, It's okay to show up immature sexually and to just sleep around when you want to and however you want to. Even with the hermit gives off some sense of unkept sexuality. Okay? But it's causing a lot of emotional anguish for you. And so the hermit is coming in saying, now as you're older, right? He's a man of wisdom. It's like now as you're older and wiser, you can look at yourself in the mirror and look at that child and say that this was an unfortunate event. Absolutely. It was a very unfortunate event. But that doesn't mean that it has to carve out and create you into this person. Even if you wouldn't do what this person would do, you're still doing what this person did to you emotionally. You're coming from an incapable emotional place. Like you're not capable of having love with others, and that blocks you off from your truest potential, because I feel like at the heart of things, you are a really loving person, but you're not grounded. You're not grounded. You're not capable of taking action, which is being connected to your solar plexus chakra, having the fire within you, and you feel alone. And you feel like you fought and fought and fought. It's like your spirit has brought forth this time and time again. It's like your spirit is trying to help you overcome this. And yet at the end of the day, it's like your emotional ego, the one that was hurt, right? Because the ego is in place for a good reason. It's to protect us from situations like this. When we're children, we don't know how to protect ourselves, so the ego comes in to protect us. And now your emotional ego has overtaken your adult life and saying that I still need to protect you from this situation. No matter how much it hurts, though, you're brave enough and you're capable of dealing with the emotional upset from this and reminding your child self, right? So I see this is you as an older person, as a younger person, and shining light on the fact that you're no longer in this situation. Telling your younger self, look, I'm not in this situation any longer. I'm not having to deal with this person anymore. Or even if this person is in some part of your life, I feel like you do your best to avoid them. So this could have been a Pisces, a Virgo, Sagittarius, Leo, an Aries, or a Gemini that did this to you. Or you could be that sign. Does not have to be. That is what's coming out. There are no words to take away what you experienced. And the only thing I can think of in this time and what I'm being shown is Ho'oponopono, to make right twice. To forgive this person and the situation does not mean that what they did to you was right. It wasn't. It wasn't right. What it means is that it takes you out of this repression energy and puts you back into a place of strength. You're the one that tamed the demon. The demon's the memory. You're not in that place where the memory was created any longer. You're in a place of strength, and yes, you have to walk into the unknown. And walking into the unknown means forgiveness, and forgiveness is a part of the unknown, because it's like we fear if we forgive those that have hurt us that somehow we're letting them get away with whatever it was that they did. But the truth of the matter is they already got away with it. You're holding a grudge, and anger in this situation is only burning you. Anger's like holding on to a hot rock, only you get burned. Anger, bitterness, and resentment is like drinking poison every day and expecting the other person to die. But you're the one that's putting the poison into you because of somebody who was putting poison into themselves, and they had to share that with somebody. You don't have to share that poison with anybody. You just have to put the cup down. Because you're the one holding the cup now. And this is a very sad situation. There's a lot of hurt here. That's why I say a trigger alert here, because not everybody is going to be able to overcome this. There are very few people who can see this from a higher vibrational place, and that is a place of love and understanding. Understanding that they could have only ever given love to you the way that they were loved, which means that how they treated you is also how they were treated. And that means that you're already wearing their shoes. If you were to see this person as a child, the same age as when you were hurt, seeing them as scared, seeing them as unprotected, seeing them as having to go through that same thing, forgive that person, not the adult. Forgive the child in this person, the child that didn't know any better. The same child that was hurt, saying that I needed to hurt another person because misery loves company, and I'm so miserable with myself, I need somebody else to share that. I'm emotionally incapable of doing what needs to be done so that I can move out of this and into my full potential. You're not. You're here looking for guidance. You're here on this pile asking, how can I move into my full potential? You care about having your spiritual ascension in this life. Well, spiritual ascension comes only once we've chosen to forgive those that have done us wrong. This is crazy to have this under the 10 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, saying that you are strong. Source is watching you. Source has got your back. You chose this destiny before you were born. And yes, I know that seems impossible. But to believe in tarot means that you believe in something beyond the norm. And Source is helping guide you through this mental anguish. They're helping guide you out of the darkness into something more. And then look, I feel like this has affected every one of your relationships. Underneath that, you get the 6 of Cups in the upright, which talks about stable love. This is equal give and take. Somebody who's going to come into your life that's going to match you. You're no longer going to be in this place of being the King of Cups in reverse because someone was your King of Cups in reverse in your life. Success against great odds. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. No matter how hard this situation is, you're going to get out of it. You're going to get beyond how much this has weighed on you. And when you do, Source is going to come right in and be like, here's your success. Okay? I don't use the Rider-Waite Tarot, so my cards mean something different. There are some that mean the same, but they mostly have deeper meanings to them. There's a lot of intuitive reading towards it, and this is hurt and pain coming through. This is talking about letting that go. It's time for you to let it go. Letting it go doesn't mean it was right. And I can't stress that enough, because I get this sense of reluctance that you're like, no, when I let it go, it means that what they did was okay. No, we're not 5 years old with our parents forcing us to apologize to each other. They're not going to apologize to you. There's nothing in here that's going to bring an apology from this situation. And maybe one day there will. But that doesn't matter now. What matters is how you treat yourself. And you treat yourself poorly because you've repressed this. And it's in trying to keep out the bad that we also too block the good. I feel like I need another one of these. Yeah. Right? You're blocking the good. Look at this beauty on the bottom, swan. You're blocking out the beauty. You blindfolded yourself to your own beauty, which means that you can't see your own true potential. You want to, but it's because you're holding on to the anger. It's because you're holding on to the emotional hurt, the heartbreak, resentment, the bitterness. You can't see your own potential because this will always continue to be the skeleton in the closet trying to come out. Okay, those guys want to come out too, so I guess I'll take them. Look, and this has been a reoccurring theme on this. When you let this go, you're going to have a new beginning, and you're going to see your inner strength, and you're going to let your radiance come. But this is your wake-up call that you need to breathe. to get out of the fight or flight and find your inner child and let your inner child shine and say to your inner child that we're no longer in this situation. There's a lot of power in this. There's a lot of power in this. Perspective. Right? Seeing this from a different perspective, a higher perspective. Seeing this from a place of light and love, not from a place of anger and resentment. And I feel like that's asking you to do something you are uncomfortable with. Well, it's only when we get out of our comfort zone that we grow and we change. Right? When you change your perspective, you're going to celebrate yourself. You're going to be able to celebrate yourself. And that's going to help bring you into alignment, which is that's your true potential, is alignment. Seeing that you can't change what has happened. You can only forgive. It doesn't mean you have to forget. Because this created a timeline for you in this world that helps you be strong enough to teach others how to forgive and change their perspectives on similar situations. And you may have to go out and do it alone. You may have to spend time with Source alone with nothing but water. Don't even take food. Just take water and your questions and your concerns and bring it up to Source. And be like, look, Source, this is a heavy situation for me to forgive. This is a heavy situation for me to say, I forgive you. I let this go. I let go of the bonds that have been created between us. I let it go. I cut the ties. Because holding on to your anger only keeps the soul tie with the situation going. Wow. Release. Jaguar. You have Jaguar over the lion, right? The lion in the strength card, that's a lion. Felines, this is keeping you disconnected from your sacral chakra. You have to release the fear that comes with, this is an apology to yourself, okay? This is an apology to yourself for keeping hold on this resentment for so long. Keeping you away from your true potential. Boom, 33, chameleon, change. It's time to change the things that you're doing. No longer do you need to blend in. It's time for you to stand out. It's time for you to shine your truest colors on the world. Right? Change the way that you've done things. Change by releasing this from your spirit. Your spirit's been lost because your emotional ego has held on to this for so long. And it's been an uncomfortable situation. It's been so uncomfortable. Okay, we've got 2 cards coming out. Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. Start speaking love to yourself. And then look underneath that, I love you. These are powerful words. Exactly. Start speaking the love language to yourself. You have a hard time doing that. You have a hard time understanding love towards yourself. Wow. Look at this. Okay. So, number 8, love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. This is the one I'm going to read because I feel like you just need to know how lovable you truly are. This did not make you unlovable, and this did not happen because you were unlovable. This happened because somebody felt they were unlovable, and they couldn't be alone. Sometimes these burdens that people have are too heavy to carry, and rather than giving it to the divine, they hold it on themselves their whole life. And because this person did that, it put that on you as well, to hold this in your entire life. Again, it's a conditioned response because no one told you how to deal with the emotion of this. It was hard for you to, I feel like this is very hard for you to even speak about to anybody. If anybody knows about it, it's very few people. And why? Because romance, 25/7, you are lucky if you change what it is that you're doing. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. And I feel like this comes back to self. Seeing yourself as a beautiful individual, worthy of what it is that you want in life. I feel like you want a huge success in your life, but you want to be wealthy in the sense of being surrounded by people who love you, who cherish you. You first have to love and cherish yourself. This is the heart chakra. Heart chakra. Solar plexus is blocked. When your solar plexus is blocked, then your sacral chakra is blocked. When this is connected to your sacral chakra, your crown chakra, okay? Like these are important chakras that have been blocked because of this situation. You're not in alignment. Things are blocked because, oh wow, this is the wrong book. Sorry. Because things are out of perspective right now for you. This is powerful for you. This card is powerful for you. Love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. Be your own advocate. Believe in yourself. Love who you are, and the energy of self-love will help you to realize your dreams. When was the last time you gave yourself a pat on the back or acknowledged that you love yourself? Working on having a good relationship with yourself will enable you to have positive relationships with others. How you manage your self-worth is crucial to how you view the world and your place in it. Love begins and ends with you. How you treat and feel about yourself is of paramount importance. Love is contagious. When you are surrounded by people who are full of love, you may find it easier to love who you are. As you extend your focus to higher possibilities, the waters in your emotions will calm, and the journey of life will be more aligned with all you dream about. There is nothing else that I can say other than pile 3. You are a beautiful person. Your energy is so deeply appreciated. And yet, you don't see yourself that way because you've spent a lifetime repressing this. And forgetting it. But you can't forget it. Because this brought on a lot of the sexual angst that you had in your later days. And you didn't know about it. And maybe right now you're probably like, no, I was never molested. I was never hurt like this. Okay. Again, repression means we forget it. We block it out. And now you're ready to listen. And now you're ready to see it. So maybe you just need to do some journeying. Meditation. And trust that the answer will be shown to you. Because I feel like right now you're not trusting the journey. You feel like there's nothing good to life. And you feel like everything is in darkness. And you feel like everything is just like it has to do with self. You have no balance with yourself. You feel like everybody else is worthy of the life they desire, but you're not. So of course that's going to keep you from your true potential, because our truest potential is seeing ourselves as the highest light and love vibrational being that we are. You have blessings coming. And this bothers you a lot. The fact that it was brought up today, it bothers you a lot. And I'm so sorry that I'm the one that had to be the reader. But you know what? At the same time, I'm not sorry, because this has been something that has been put upon me. A lot of people don't talk about that. A lot of people don't want to bring it up because I guess a lot of people view it in the way as if I don't mention it, it means it never happened. But we'll never find freedom if we just close off ourselves to the things that we don't want to happen, but they still do behind closed doors. Nothing we do will ever stop these things from happening. Right? It's just part of the balance. It's unfortunate, but it is. It's part of the balance, because without the bad, there is no good. In pile 3, I just want you to know that whatever has happened to you in your life, no matter how bad it is, No matter how awful it seems, equally so, it's good. Not the bad things that happened, but what's coming, what's yours. Think about how bad those things are that came into your life, but think about how good it is that the blessings are going to be in your life. Okay? And I love you. Okay? If I could give you a hug right now, I would. So please feel my energetic hug towards you guys. And I weep with you because I don't want to be the one that brings up these situations, but I know that without bringing them up, there can be no healing. And I weep with you. My heart weeps with you. And this weeping will help you cleanse your soul. Cry, pile 3, until you can't cry anymore. Cry until there's nothing left, until you're hoarse. And then, when you're done crying, say their name and say, I forgive you, and I let you go, and I release you. And if you gotta cry for a whole day, a whole week, a whole month, as long as you don't stay stuck in crying, you're healing. Because the tears need to fall because they were never allowed to fall when you were a child, or if they did fall when you were a child, they fell upon deaf ears. You're stronger than you think you are. And you have something so beautiful about to enter into your life. Only when you allow your true potential to come through and to see that, to show the world that you're a person capable of forgiving even the most treacherous of situations. Because it's not the situation who makes you, you make you. And I don't want anybody to ever tell you that you're not an amazing person, because I touched your energy and I feel you. I feel your energy. And you have a beautiful, amazing heart. It's a heart of gold. And don't let somebody soil that because they had a heart made of coal. Okay? I love you, Pile 3. I love you so much. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell down below. Until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love you all. Bye.